That was what I thought it'd be, a close ball game that would come down to a play or two here or there. There were lots of plays certainly during the course of the game. It was, I thought, an unbelievably physical game and competitive. There were things that we did well, certainly things that we can improve on or we need to improve on. Lots of emotions during the course of the game. It was a hard-fought college football game that was real clean. And congratulations, University of Tulsa and Coach Montgomery. It was a hard-fought game. It came down to a play or two here and there, and they had more plays than we did. So at this time, questions.
You talked about penalties last week. You had a couple big penalties again today. That's got to be a growing concern. The penalties?
You know what? There were different type of penalties today. I think there were some aggressive penalties sometimes. Some things we had not done. Some of the jumps off sides that we were playing. A lot of people in that game. I mean, we're a pretty beat up football team. But nonetheless, we need to be able to stay on sides. But I didn't see, it starts to classify what type of penalties. There wasn't the unsportsmanlike stuff, things like that, or late hits out of bounds. There were aggressive plays.
Were you just feeling like you needed to change your quarterback when you brought Tyler?
During the course of that, yeah, we needed to spark something. And we needed to spark some emotion. We needed to spark change. And sometimes change for change is not always the best response, but I do think that change shook some things up. I think our football team rallied back. I appreciate how Tyler went in. I really appreciate how Sean went back in and competed. But at that time, we were like in the doldrums. We weren't doing anything, and that was my decision. And I do not second guess that decision. I thought we responded well after that.
Craig, 10 for 31 combined again passing. Do you think with Sean going forward, will that continue?
I look at that. I keep on saying Sean.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of drop balls today. Okay, so I get it, but I'm not going to put all this, and I'm not going to have you put all this on Sean. I get he needs to improve, but there were some drop balls. I'm going to stand up for him. Okay.
Is it disappointing from that aspect when you have a senior late receiving group and they're dropping balls? Is that disappointing?
Well, the disappointing is the number that you quoted. We've got to be better than that. And so we're going to continue to work on that. But I think there's a collective part of that. Some of it came down to some errant throws, and some of it came down to some drops, and some of it came down to some protections. But we've got to improve on that. We knew Tulsa would be good in the back end, and they were.
Sean did some nice things though when he came back in.
Yeah, you know what? He's a competitive guy. I'll tell you, the look that he had in his eye when I pulled him out was not one of a lot of warm fuzzy pleasure. Okay, it wasn't. But this is not a warm fuzzy game. And I know he's still young, but I thought he responded well and competed.
Did you say anything when you sent him back in to him, like, hey, go get it? Or
you know what? He knows. He and Coach, I think that sometimes there are too many guys to talk to the quarterback. Okay? So I'm going to be clear on that. There's certain things that I will talk to him about, but I think he got the message. I don't know, a louder message. We took him out and said, get back in there and make something happen, and he did. I thought he responded well.
What do you tell Sean after that final fumble? You tell him, you got to get down on that play. And
ball security, we've talked about that. He's been really good. Our football team has been really good as far as turnovers. And, at that time I challenged the call. I knew that they said that it had already been reviewed, but I looked, there's 50 seconds left, and, they were going to run the clock out, which is why I challenged it. But, ball security comes into play, and he'll learn from that.
With some of the injuries, some of them look pretty serious.
Yeah, we have some serious, and I'll find out more. We'll know a lot more. I know that Logan right now is in the hospital. I don't know if he'll be kept there overnight, but anytime you get carted off in an ambulance, that's serious. But some of the other ones, we got beat up, and I don't know if they got beat up, but I know this is there was some smacking going on out there. It was a physical game.
You used a lot of running backs.
Yeah.
Like for a play or two at a time. Was that to try to preserve them because of injury problems they've had?
Some of it is we're looking at who does something better, trying to eke out every yard. But, X was playable, but wasn't 100%. You know, Trey went out early, and you had Titus. After a while, he got hurt, and you're playing with double B, and I applaud him. You know, kid from Natrona County out there scrapping, and X, John, and all these guys.
Are you shocked to see 354 passing yards when you guys got to their quarterback all day, 7 sacks on him?
7 sacks, but you know, I knew going in that quarterback's a good player, and I thought the one play that I think we had him third down, and I don't know if it was 10, we came with a pretty aggressive blitz, hit him right when he released the ball, and it was a great play, and so kudos to him.
What is it about this group, Craig, when it just seems like nothing's going right, that you're able to make some plays late, get yourself back in it, and at least give yourself a chance?
Appreciate that question. No, I get it.
Yeah.
And I've talked to our team about that. You know, we're gonna learn from this, Davis, and when you keep believing and keep not pointing fingers and don't get your dauber down and keep on going out there and competing, there's a lot of fight to this group. Now, we're gonna have to learn from this,
Yeah.
but, you know, I thought there was a time that some other teams that I have coached would spit the bit out and would have started to quit. And they believed in that. And I think that mirrors how Sean was. I mean, Sean got pulled out for a couple series and got reinserted, and it wasn't like he was driving out there either. So I thought the whole football team has a competitive nature. Now, you know, it still comes down to what's on that scoreboard. But as long as we have that, we're going to make some progress.
They convert almost 50% on third down, 3 of 5 on fourth down. Is that a growing concern for you not getting off the field?
It certainly is, and you know, some of it is they've got good playmakers,
Yeah.
and some of it I really think their quarterback is an excellent player, and they did position him well.
Cooper's only had 1 kick blocked in his career. Were you shocked to see that news? Just a missed
It
assignment?
was, you know, I'll look at it. I don't think it was trajectory. The information I got from the sidelines, we had a breakdown on the protection, and there was a couple guys came in at the point of attack.
Coach, is there anything more you can say on Logan's injury? Do you know anything?
No, it's just, I
Yeah,
do know, yeah, well, I think it was something, I've got to be cautious about what I do say,
Sure.
but I know that anytime that they strap a guy down and take him to the hospital, they're checking leg movements and arm movements, you're usually talking about something with the spine.
What about Trey?
Pardon me?
Trey
Trey?
Smith?
I think that was the lower extremity, I think it was something with the ankle.
You get that?
I'm sorry, you said earlier this week that you've been back here recruiting a few times. Is this your first time at a game?
Yes.
Since you coached here?
Yes.
What'd you think of the place?
Well, it's a great place, and, you know, and I told a couple of their players, I thought their players played really hard, and it was not a chippy game at all. And I think that mirrors their head coach. And it was, you know, I told a couple of guys I was here in 1985, I think. That's just me. They weren't even born here then, but a lot has changed in a positive way.
Beyond the completion percentage of passing game, what in your mind is the 1 or 2 other areas you guys really have to improve?
I think we need to rush the ball better, more effectively to get bigger plays, Davis, because I think just crying them out,
Yeah.
that's fine and good, but we gotta get some bigger plays. I think the other thing we gotta look at is getting off the field more on third down. Now, we're losing some of our back end guys, you know, and so you've got some young guys playing back there, but it's time for them to grow up and seize this opportunity. But yeah, that's the other thing, I'm concerned about that.
Why didn't Antonio play today?
Wasn't ready to go.
Okay.
You know, he's been out
Yeah.
a lot of times, and so we just felt like his conditioning was not such that he was going to be in position to help us win.
When T went for it on fourth down with about 8 minutes to go.
Did I?
Did that surprise you?
Did he?
When T went for it on fourth.
You know what? Somewhat that that's not part of our culture, but I also know everybody's got different decision making, and that's part of who they are. Hell, there's some guy who goes out there and sells a service for $25,000 to tell you to go for it on fourth down, and he's got little boxes. Maybe they're doing that service, or I go on my gut, and they made that decision. I think did we get off the field on that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just after.
Yeah, and then you went and.
Right. Okay, guys.